Hi, my name is Stephen McGee and I'm the author of Health Forensics, and we're here today to look into this experiment. And this was an experiment where the plants were actually getting watered with different varieties of water. And we're now 11 months into this experiment, and we're now starting to see some very definite results with these plants. So we're going to start off with the first one, and they're all arranged in the order of growth. And the worst growth is coffee. So the plant actually looks like it's died. And it appears that when you water a plant with coffee, it eventually gets this buildup of coffee residue, both in the soil and the base, and eventually becomes so toxic that it kills the plant. So the next one is Tucson tap water. So we have a plant that is showing a lot of stress and doesn't look very healthy at all. So the next one to that was Diet Lemonade. And again, we have a plant that is looking very stressed. So this one is Microwaved Water. And it's actually a much healthier looking plant. And I was quite surprised at that. So this one is Aged Water from 2011. So this is tap water that's a few years old. And we're getting much better growth from this particular plant. So this one is Filtered Water. And this one is showing pretty good growth. But these are all, so far, pretty stunted plants compared to what the Dieffenbachia is supposed to grow like. And these are all very poor looking plants. So the reason for that is the plants are actually growing in a radio field at my home, as I live near cell phone towers. And we have a community with transmitting utility meters, and the plants don't appear to like it. So this one's Diet Cola, and you can see that this one's a little bit better. And the next one is Reverse Osmosis Water that's been UV treated. You can see that we're getting a much denser growth on this plant, and we're actually getting bigger leaves. So I'll just put my hand in to give you some scale. And the Dieffenbachia typically has leaves the size of your hand. So that's where our leaf size is up to at this point. And this one was getting Wi-Fi water, so the water for this plant is sitting right next to a Wi-Fi router that is switched on. This one down here is getting transmitting utility meter treated water, and we get some pretty good growth on this. Again, it's still not exactly the way that it should be on the Dieffenbachia. And this one is steam distilled water, and this is looking much better compared to the others. And you can see the size of the leaves relative to my hand. Now, this was the big surprise with this experiment. So this one has been getting tea. So this is hot tea that had cooled and was kept in the refrigerator and then used to water this plant. You actually see that it's actually looking something more like what a Dieffenbachia should grow like. So there's something about tea that actually builds radio frequency radiation resistance into the Dieffenbachia. And it's a very, very healthy looking plant. And it is somewhat how a Dieffenbachia is supposed to grow. But the big thing about that tea plant is it's towering over all the other plants. It's huge compared to the other plants. So it appears that if you're in a radio field, you may want to be drinking tea so that you also get that radiation resistance that that plant is demonstrating. So we have 3 more plants over here. And these have yet to do the full deformation, but this one's been getting boiled water that has cooled. This is what this one looks like. And this one has yet to deform. and it's getting cold weak tea bag, and you can see that this is the second plant. The first plant actually died, and this one is getting shungite water. So shungite is a rock, and the water is in a little bag, and we let the water sit on the shungite for a day, and then we put it on the plant, and this is what the shungite plant is looking like right now. So that's where the experiment is up to. So we're going to leave it running, and we're going to see what happens as time continues. I hope you enjoyed the presentation, and I wish you the very best of health. Thank you.